It's long. It's long! The Tigers in a thriller on the siren. And they come from everywhere.
The secondary finals have landed. Howdy folks, I'm Billy Banfield, your seasoned host of the Shit Talkers show, and what a week it's been. Can Sunday roast turn up the heat? Will Roaring Tigers finally roar again? Or will the 16th placed Phlegm Dogs defy logic and stage a Mighty Ducks-style miracle run?
Secondary finals? Who let this clown into the studio?
Are you serious, Bobby? That's Billy Banfield. 25-year veteran, Hall of Fame mustache. He practically invented slow-motion outrage.
Never heard of him.
You're joking, right, Bobby?
This clown hired you when you were a 23-year-old bedwetter who thought Gatorade was alcoholic.
Pipe down, Dr. Phil. You're not even on the payroll. Why are you wasting breath on these pleb finals?
Commissioner McCoy brought me in to cover the games you refuse to touch. I'm the plug when the sink gets clogged.
Well, if anyone's calling the secondary finals, it should be Lenny.
Me? Why me?
It can't be me. I spent the weekend neck deep in Carlton draft. I'm about as prepared as a meat pie in a sauna. We can't let this balding trivia night ringer steal our thunder. How about you, Sal?
Well, since you put it that way, I suppose I could give it a shot. But Lenny's got to carry me.
I've got you, Sally. G'day everyone, I'm Lenny Giordano.
And I'm Sally Fairbank. And we're tag teaming the highlights from the secondary qualifying finals.
Game 1 saw 9th place Sunday Roast take on the 12th place Dropouts in what turned out to be a poultry-fueled showdown. Just before kickoff, Dropouts defender Connor Rosie boycotted his team after head coach Azza Brown refused to supersize his charcoal chicken meal. Rosie cited league precedent. Apparently Dean Cox always upgrades Tom Papley's takeaway meals. Rosie's now rumoured to be in talks with the Sydney Swans and a drive-through franchise in Cronulla. Azza Brown's deal with new sponsor Jim's Charcoal Chicken quickly combusted. Plot twist, Sunday Roast were their first finals opponents. The Dropouts received only kids' snack packs, leaving half the team malnourished and deeply confused. Sabotage? Or just plain stupid? Either way, read the fine print next time, Azza. With Rosie missing and the team weak on protein, Sunday Roast held steady and edged them out by 26 points. That's 2 wins in 2 weeks against the Dropouts. Yao Ming and Wayne T's boys now move into the prelims. Meanwhile, next week the Dropouts will meet the feisty Underdogs, also known as the Phlegm Dogs.
The second qualifying final was a thumping. 10th placed Homes of Smillies pulverized 11th placed Dan's Piglets by 381 points. They may not be in the top 8, but these former champions formerly known as Conquer the Pain, just reminded the league they don't need a fancy ladder spot to wreak havoc. Their score could have taken down 7 of the top 8 sides. Final specialists? Absolutely. Homes of Smillies now take a well-earned week off. Meanwhile, Dan's Piglets face the streaking Roaring Tigers in next week's semi. The last time those two sides met was way back in round 4, when the Piglets crushed Deborah's Mob by 218 points. But with inconsistency plaguing both sides, this one's a flip of the coin and possibly the coach's sanity.
Jungleland's Fairy Tale took a nosedive against the 16th-seeded Flem Dogs in a 216-point rout. Brian Giovanni's squad limped into the match missing half their lineup: Jai Caldwell, Tristan Cherry, Nick Martin, Adam Chara, Jason Horne-Francis, and Connor Rosie. That's more injuries than minutes Jungleland spent in possession. Yet somehow they still cracked 2,400 points. Pure chaos. With head coach Ange Postecoglou disappearing mid-season and Manny Pacquiao sent packing last week, Jungleland are now actively seeking an assistant coach. Rumors swirl around Prince Andrew and the inventor of skip bins. As for the Flem Dogs, they survive another week. The lowest-ranked team that remains in the league now face the Dropouts in a rematch from round 15, which the Dropouts narrowly won. Next week could go any direction: moonshot or meat tray.
Deborah's Roaring Tigers continued their redemption arc, still undefeated since their humiliating loss to Tiger Frowell in round 19. That result derailed their entire vibe, and Deborah has since sworn vengeance. But true shit talkers' league vengeance must wait until 2026. Their victims this week: a badly bruised Smilly assassin outfit who now join Jungleland on the post-season chopping block. A tip of the hat to both teams and their departing coaches Chris and Brian. You fought bravely, scored respectably, and got steamrolled by karma and soft tissue damage. Better luck next year. And now, to recap the actual finals, it's back to you, Bobby.
About bloody time. I was nodding off over here. Hopefully that last segment keeps Commissioner McCoy happy enough to leave us the hell alone for the week. The first qualifying final was between the top-ranked cherry-picking and Brenton's fourth-place Smillian Bucks. Both squads were missing key players. It could have gone either way. The game started with a bang. A literal bang. Smillian Bucks assistant coach Michael Scott, after reviewing recent cherry-picking footage, realised the opposition were Terminator-style cyborgs. In true Michael Scott fashion, he decided to take matters into his own hands. His plan to combat the cyborgs entailed him breaking into the Australian Centre for the Moving Image and stealing Dexter, the robot from the 1980s dating show Perfect Match. Turns out Dexter hadn't been powered up since 1989. Moments after rolling Dexter onto the turf, he overheated and exploded. Shrapnel flew across the boundary and sliced both of Pants Riley's hands, instantly destroying Brenton's backup plan and ritual opposition Dacking Blitz. Michael Scott then unveiled plans C through F, none involved actual football. Mostly interpretive breakdancing, a puppet show, and a suspicious map of Norway. Predictably, they flopped. Cherry-picking ended Smillian Bucks' enormous winning streak, cruising home 166-point victors. They moved straight to the prelims, and with Adam Chara and Connor Rosie returning, they're ready to hurt feelings. Smillian Bucks, blessed with a double chance, now face elimination against the Pisky Tigers next week. The Paul Stanleys topped the league scores for a second straight week, as they smashed second-place Tiger Frowell by a whopping 186 points. Looks like after a decade of misery and confusion, Paul finally decoded the Aussie Rules Handbook. But of course, it wouldn't be finals without drama. Deborah McCoy, coach of the Roaring Tigers and sworn nemesis of Tiger Frowell coach Matthew Falls, made a special guest appearance. No, she didn't streak. She hijacked the scoreboard at Tiger Frowell Forum with a pre-recorded roast, trashing Tiger Frowell's form in the Cash League and capping it off with a 15-minute evil laugh, a Spudman Dan Evans tribute. Spudman still holds the record for longest evil laugh, 37 minutes, unblinking. The cyber heckle rattled Tiger Frowell players Jaden Newen, Chad Warner, and Caleb Sarong. Diapers were dispatched, but not fast enough, and extended stints on the pine ensued. Paul Stanley's march into the prelims. They'll play the winner of next week's $1,000,000 versus Pisky Tigers showdown. Tiger Frowell now face Thunderstruck in next week's semi-final. They beat Thunderstruck back in round 3, but that version of Thunderstruck was on dial-up. This one's pure lightning. With an impressive 12-7 record, the 5th place Pisky Tigers really deserved a top 4 finals run, but instead they narrowly evaded elimination, scraping home against the Dodgy Wogs by a narrow 19 points in a nail-biter. The Dodgy Wogs remained competitive throughout the entire game, despite copping a donut. Or as the Maltese like to call it, Tollfester. In desperation, Jason Mollier attempted bribery via fried sugar. He sent a tray of Tollfesters to the umpires, pleading for mercy and more frees for the heavily tagged Zach Butters. No dice. But ex-Dodgy Wog Hall of Famer Lance Whitnell came to the rescue, polishing off the entire tray in record time, and asked if seconds were coming. Farewell Dodgy Wogs. Equal parts chaos and class, they leave the league with moments of brilliance and blunders. See you in 2026. Pisky Tigers now meet 4th place $1,000,000 in next week's semis. Last time, $1,000,000 won by only 40 points. Strap in. It's going to be spicy. Don't count out the 2021 premiers just yet. Thunderstruck snuck into the finals in stealth mode, and now they've eliminated Dano's Smilly squad, reversing their round 6 loss to the Spuds in style. Looking at Dano's team sheet pre-game was like reading a Steinbeck novel, epic talent, tragic misuse. Star players benched, donuts eaten. It was a tactical dog's breakfast. Thunderstruck took full advantage, winning by 53 points and booking a date with Tiger Frowell. History favours Tiger Frowell, but Thunderstruck have tasted the mountaintop before. Big crowds, high stakes, they're built for this. The finals pressure is mounting, and things are heating up faster than Michael Scott's robot stunt double. Coming up, we've got just 4 games. In the secondary semi-finals, it's 12th versus 16th with the dropouts taking on Phlegm Dogs in what can only be described as a match for pride. And perhaps discounted gym memberships. Then it's 14th versus 11th, Roaring Tigers against Dan's Piglets. Expect chaos, tantrums, and possibly a referee impersonator. Over in the big league, the Shit Talkers League Finals, it gets serious. The 4th place $1,000,000 are squaring off against the relentless 5th place Pisky Tigers. The Tigers are hungry, caffeinated, and reportedly banned breakdancing from their locker room. Then there's the main event, Tiger Frowell against Thunderstruck. One side hasn't won a finals game since TikTok was just a sound, the other. Well, they've got history and heart. Will Chad Warner recover from the trauma of Deborah McCoy's laughter? Will Thunderstruck unleash their inner premiership DNA? Winners go on. Losers get the early Mad Monday. This has been a glorious first week of finals footy action in the Shit Talkers League. Catch you this time next week. Same desk, same chaos, where 6 teams will become 4. See ya later.